I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All 6 of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a PayPal request for Jordan. Again, if people want to request pretty much any type of videos, you just send the request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Reaction, review, re-review, what have you. This is for Jumanji, the next level. And this came out last year, and this is a film I didn't really bother to watch before all this because I was not a fan of Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. A lot of people were. That's cool if you are. It wasn't my cup of tea, so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to bother with the new one, the sequel to it, because it's going to follow the same pattern, it's going to follow the same stuff, and I'm not really going to be much of my cup of tea. And it wasn't. So I can't say I'm that surprised I didn't end up liking it, because I didn't like the previous one, which a lot of people did. Now, I do enjoy the original Jumanji from the 90s. Not just for nostalgia reasons, but I sincerely enjoy it. Yes, I did say the effects of the CGI in the original Jumanji are horrendous nowadays. Although the practical effects, I think, are very well done. Like the spiders, I believe there's a hippo, the lion, the plants. There's some really good practical effects mixed in there, and Robin Williams really carried that film. And also the story of his character was really solid to me. I actually did like the story in Jumanji. Not only the concept of this crazy world coming to our world, so we have the relatability of a house like your house being overrun by all this crazy insanity, so how do you survive? And then the story of Robin Williams' character, where I felt sorry that he got mad at his dad, he was trapped in this for years and years, and then to come out, then his family is gone, his family's dead, he is a man out of time, he's been living all this time by himself, finding out that his father, who he thought didn't like him, actually gave everything, gave up his riches, gave up his time, only to try to find his kid. Even the business went out of business, all this other stuff, just to try to find his kid. And that showed him just how much his dad really truly cared and loved him. So I got into the story of the characters, and that's one of the many things why I don't care about these new Jumanji films. I don't get into the story of the characters. Do you really think I gave a shit about the 4 kids in Welcome to the Jungle, let alone this movie? No. I didn't give a shit about them. If you did, cool. I didn't give a shit about these 4, and then because through their avatars they become friends, which I'm sorry, that also always bugged me too, the whole avatar thing. And yes, there are movies that have done that for me did it better. It's like everything. If you like slasher films, there are slasher films that you think did it better, and there's some you think did it worse. Same with everything. There's always exceptions to the rule. Or examples of anything that's been done before. Yeah, you do the same thing. Doesn't mean you like it because some things are done better than others. So people go, well, wait a minute, you like this but don't like this. Again, it's how it's handled. For me, like I said, I don't care about the characters. And then, okay, these avatars, it's weird watching, okay, there's The Rock, there's Kevin Hart, and there's Jack Black, but they're not real people. They're just, I just never understood, this is just my opinion, why it could not be, you want Jack Black, you want Kevin Hart, you want The Rock, why don't you just have it be like them and, I forget the lady's name, I apologize, have the four of them be friends, be actual friends, and you know what, maybe you can build up a story where they're off and doing their family, or they have problems, or they haven't talked to each other in a while. I'm talking about in Welcome to the Jungle's case. And then they come together, and maybe like The Rock and Jack Black, they knew about board games, and Kevin Hart maybe not so much. It's like, hey, you know, it's old school, but let's play one more board game of Jumanji. And then if you don't want to remake the first film, I get you, bring it. Okay, now we don't go there, and make it a lot less CGI fucking fueled, fanciful, and video game form, like it's a cutscene from a video game. I mean, The Rock has done that with the Jungle and the Rundown. You can make it look like the Rundown type of jungle, and work with practical effects, all these crazy creatures you come up with. Attempt to do that. Okay, you want some CGI, but even Jumanji, which had lower budget than these films, had some practical. You could try to do some of that, and it just, that way you get more in tone with The Rock and Kevin Hart and Jack Black as actual characters, because you see them as real people, and them trying to get to know each other. And now that they're in this danger, how they work with each other. It's just one of those weird things that, you know, as your characters, for good chunks of the film, you don't actually see them anymore. So there's The Rock, but it's not really The Rock. And there's Kevin Hart, but it's not really Kevin Hart. And there's Jack Black, but it's not really Jack. I'm confusing people, I know. But it just, for some that just fucking bothered me, with me trying to relate or identify with those characters when they're just outer shells, and then the people hidden under them, I could give a rat's ass about them. As actors, I don't know who they are, and as characters, I barely know who the fuck they are. So even when you go to the next level, I'm like, I don't really give a damn about these characters. And then the avatars, they're not real, so it's hard for me to give a shit about them too, because they're not real things. So, and then the actors I do care about, because I like them in past stuff, again, they're not even real. I don't know how to word it. That's one of the reasons why I never... If you don't understand, then I don't know how to word it to make people understand. And if you disagree, that's fine too. That's how I felt. I just could not get drawn into the characters. And then, even if you like some of the actors, The Rock, Jack Black, whatever, it's like, well, they're not even real either, so I don't identify with them. And imagine there's Stallone, and then imagine there's Sylvester Stallone, but it's just someone in a suit of him. What am I going to identify more? Well, the real one, because that one, okay, it sounds like Stallone, but just him in a suit. I don't know how to word it. Anyway, let me move on. Now, the way they did back into the game, I thought was really lame. The one guy, Spencer, I just didn't learn much of shit from the previous film, because, ooh, boo fucking who. He went to college, and I thought, oh, he got dumped by this girlfriend he got in the previous film. No, he called it off. This nerdy kid had this hot lady as his girlfriend from the previous film. He called it off with her. He broke up with her because, well, I looked on your Facebook, and I looked on your Twitter, I saw how good you were doing in college, and I got insecure. Oh, so you're a fucking pussy. So that's why everyone is now in this fucking game that could fucking die because you're the biggest fucking pussy in the world because you grew a fucking vagina? Fuck this guy, Spencer. Spencer for hire. Someone hire a hitman to kill this Spencer. Please, fuck this character, this fucking pussy. He's a big fucking pussy. He should fucking enter a fucking big fucking pussy if he knows where to find the fucking pussy. It's fucking pussy. Look in the fucking face, you fucking pussy. I meant to say look into a mirror, but fuck this pussy. Fuck this fucking giant pussy. That's why these people, because he disappears. It's a reunion over Christmas break. They can't find him, so they go to his house, the three other friends. They find Danny DeVito, who plays the grandfather, and then Danny DeVito's buddy is played by Danny Glover. And the three friends go into the basement. They find that he went into the game. They don't know why yet. If they knew, maybe they'd be like, fuck this. Let him handle it on his own fucking dime. But no, they go in, and the girl Bethany gets left behind because Danny DeVito and Danny Glover, they get pulled into the game. And by the way, I like Danny Glover and I like Danny DeVito. It was cool to see them, but sadly they're not in it much. 10 minutes, and that was kind of the lame part of me. Is like, I want to see the movie where Danny DeVito and Danny Glover are just these two friends bickering about their past, and you know, they're back and forth with each other. I want to see that movie. Obviously, you're not going to really have them in the Jumanji world. Number one, because this whole Avatar bullshit, and number two, because Danny DeVito and Danny Glover are much older, so they're not be able to handle the physical nature of the movie. But still, it's just... So instead you get The Rock doing a goddamn Danny DeVito impression, which people love. I didn't. I'm like, Rock, you're a fucking crock of shit. God damn, stop doing these stupid fucking movies. Do movies like The Rundown again. But no, I like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, as a personality. He seems like a good person. Even Kevin Hart, he seems like a good person. Like, his interviews are more interesting than his movie roles, weirdly enough. And I like Central Intelligence. I will admit, I like that movie. I like some of The Rock's other movies. I even like fucking Doom from 2005. But, you know, with Skyscraper and Rampage, the stupid looking Jungle Cruise that looks like shit. Obviously he's doing this because it's successful. It's more successful. Just when he tried to do the more action roles, The Rundown didn't do well. Walking Tall didn't do anything. But I'd rather watch those than this. But these are the films that are making more money. So on a logical business sense, it makes sense as to why The Rock keeps doing movies like this. Because they make the money. This movie made over $800 million. Why would he not continue to do these type of films? Again, on a business sense, it makes sense, but doesn't mean I have to like it. So here, he's doing a Danny DeVito impression. What? Spencer? What's going on here? What? And the running jokes are so fucking lame. If you like it, cool. You can feel free to explain to me why. Kevin Hart, I will admit he's less annoying for a bit because he's pretending to be Danny Glover with his voice. But even that, fucking, like, the running joke, I swear, for a good 20-30 minutes of this film, half the jokes are these two guys not understanding they're in a game. With The Rock repeating, we're in a game? Wait, we're in a game? Wait, we're in a game? Hey, I think we're in a game. Or doing remarks like, shut the front door. That's a fucking remark. He sees something crazy and his remark is, shut the front door. I've never heard Danny Glover say that. Or I've never heard an old person say a remark like that. Well, Instead of, oh my god, or holy shit, he goes, well, shut the front door. I'm like, what the fuck is this? How about you shut up? How about you shut my front door? Call my fucking pants. No, actually, you know what? Keep it, open it up and you can suck my dick, movie. How about that? And kiss my ass. Don't give a fuck about the plot. Or they gotta go wander bumblefuck around. They get from A to B to C to find Spencer. Then they find Spencer, who is this Asian lady who's a thief. And then they gotta go into this fucking castle and get this fucking jewel. I don't give a fucking shit about the fucking plot. Did anyone, even people who liked the film, did they give a shit about the plot? The Jack Black, I mean, well, at least Jack Black for a while is not doing the, oh, I'm a girl, because a girl. Instead, I guess the black guy went into him. So instead, is Jack Black going, I guess Jack Black kind of acting like he's black? Which, I'm fucking surprised no one said shit about that. With how fucking PC everything is nowadays. I am shocked at that. I am sincerely shocked. I mean, it wasn't as annoying as him going, ooh, I'm a girl, let me try to piss. But, again, this whole concept, I've just never been a fan of. This doesn't even feel fucking Jumanji to me. Hell, Sathura feels more Jumanji to me than this or the previous film. You literally could call this Pitfall. Like, why didn't you just call it Pitfall? This, in the previous film, someone's playing the Pitfall video game, you get sucked into the Pitfall video game, or there's a new version of the Pitfall video game, they get sucked into that. Hey, I remember playing this one on the Atari. You could literally call this Pitfall the next level, and Pitfall Welcome to the Jungle. And it would make more fucking sense than Jumanji. It really would. And you would think, okay, you did them going into the world, if they don't do the reverse, okay, what happens when... That'd be interesting, maybe. What about in this film? You do a throwback to the original Jumanji. Now that world comes to the real world. So you have The Rock, and you have Kevin Hart, and you have Jack Black, not having to pretend to be fucking Danny DeVito, pretend to be Danny Glover, just them being them, helping these kids, and them having to deal with all this crazy stuff in the real world. I don't know if it'd still be a good movie, but here it just seemed like, okay, similar shit to the previous film, but, well, granted, that'd be similar to the 90s film, but I like that film more. I don't know. Okay, what stuff did they go through? Jack Black is picked up by a giant anaconda and killed, so loses one of his lives. The Rock is killed by a fucking ostrich, and a bunch of ostriches chase them, and they get into these Doom buddies. They're still repeating, we're in a game? How many fucking times do I repeat that same stupid fucking joke? I never found the film funny. I mean, people say the film's hilarious. Where? I'm like a guy looking for water in the desert. Where is the comedy? Because I'm not seeing it. Obviously, this isn't my cup of tea. You have this scene where Jack Black and the girl, they go into this electrical water. They change for like 30 seconds just for the black guy who's in the girl be like, wow, I can actually move around now. I can do these flips. Then they change back. I'm like, so what was the whole point of this fucking scene? Just for the guy to be like, wow, I'm tired of being this fat guy, Jack Black. Oh, now I'm athletic again. Oh, now I'm back to be this fucking guy. Was that scene really that fucking necessary that we needed all this shit? That is literally something that could have been cut out. It would not affect the plot. It would not affect the story. There's no fucking laughs in it. So why not edit that whole entire fucking thing out? Oh, I guess it's to set up. I take that back. The only reason this scene is here, just remember, it's to set up later where they see the same thing, they jump in it, and they all change back. That's the only reason this is here. I forget. Yeah, the only reason is to explain a plot point later. That's how memorable this film is to me. I fucking forgot that. Other stuff. They're in this market. They leave. They all get blown up by a bazooka. Kevin Hart, apparently he can also talk to animals, including camels. There's a bridge with baboons. They go across. Bethany in the real world gets the guy who was in the game a lot longer in the previous film. And they both go back in. Bethany is a horse. I had to tell you, the fucking horse is the best part of this fucking movie. There's a point where the horse flies. That was... It says that when the horse is the best part of this fucking movie, you know? I'm not even kidding. The horse is the best part of this fucking film. As I spill soda on my fucking pants. Whatever. Fuck it. Spilled on this fucking movie's face. It's not even the worst movie ever. I'm just watching this, I'm going, why does this make over $800 million worldwide? It didn't get my money. I found this for free to watch. And I didn't see it in the theater. So it didn't get my money. But hey, people love it. Cool. I don't get it. Jokes like, when they jump into the water again, they all change up. So now Spencer's back to being The Rock. Which, you know, that Spencer's a fucking pussy. The black guy is now back to being Kevin Hart. So now you got that Kevin Hart again. The more annoying one. The girl is in her same body for some reason. For some reason she didn't change. Bethany is back to the Jack Black. So now you got Jack Black pretend to be a girl again. Which annoyed the piss out of me in the previous one. They could have let that go. And Danny Glover, I guess he's in the horse, but you... When I say that, it's not like you hear Danny Glover's voice. I'm just saying his character. I didn't. You only see Danny Glover, Sally, for a couple minutes at the beginning of the film. Which to me, I'm like, wow, what a waste of Danny Glover. Complete fucking waste. It's just so that, whoa, Kevin Hart's going to sound like Danny Glover for a chunk of the film. Like, I give a shit. I really don't. You know what? I'd rather watch Danny Glover himself than Kevin Hart pretend to be Danny Glover. Just silly old me. Just, I'm sorry, Danny Glover's a better actor than you, Kevin Hart. I like you in your interviews, not so much in your fucking movies. Once in a while, I can deal with you. I like you in Central Intelligence. Maybe one or two others. Other than that, I fucking saw you as a goddamn albino and epic movie just recently. And shit like that. Like Soul Plane, that piece of shit. I'm sorry, I think Soul Plane fucking sucks. Some people like it, that's cool. To me, Soul Plane... You want to watch Airplane and shitty? Go watch fucking Soul Plane. That's my opinion. And then Danny DeVito's is in the Asian chick. And now the Asian chick's pretending to sound like Danny DeVito. Because that's the humor. I guess humor has bypassed me, I guess. I mean, you know, I like Big Lebowski. I like, you know, silly films like Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle and Weekend at Bernie's. I mean, I just, Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. Airplane. Blazing Saddles. The Odd Couple. But yeah, maybe I just don't know comedy. Oh well. The Asian chick who sounds like Danny DeVito looks at the horse that's supposed to be Danny Glover, and she goes, "Wow, Milo, you should see the size of your..." And it cuts away. So yeah, Danny DeVito as the Asian chick is about to ready to tell Danny Glover as the horse, "Look at the size of your dick." Or there's a scene where Jack Black, who's now the girl, and Kevin Hart, who's now more goofy Kevin Hart, they go into a castle, and one of the guards talks about how they think there's someone else, and that this guy lost his balls. And Kevin Hart's going, I got my balls right here. Oh, and then Jack, oh no, you didn't. You do not have balls. Fine, I'm here, ballless. What the fuck? Is there a goddamn scene where Kevin Hart is pulling out his backpack? It's like a video game. He has infinite stuff in his backpack. He pulls out a fucking boombox just to play a fucking song, just so that the girl can have a fucking fight scene. And it's the song, ooh, baby, I love the way every day. Ooh, baby, I love the... These are the jokes. He pulls out a boombox, plays this shitty song. I never liked that song. And so we can get a shitty fight. Spencer and the Croc's body is deal with the bad guy. Danny DeVito and the Asian chick and the horse, they fly off, get the jewel. Jumanji. They come back. Danny Glover decides to stay because his character is sick. Which they didn't go much further with that. They just bring it up one time. So that here we could go, oh, that's why Danny Glover's going to stay. Because he's this horse. He's able to fly. He's sick in the real world, so he's going to stay. Okay. Sadly, I don't feel much heart, warmth, merit because he only brought up one fucking scene. I guess technically with your 2 fucking scenes. And then they go back and whatever. Danny DeVito, Danny Glover wasted and nothing rolls. And they're talented people. The 4 kids, I don't give a shit about them in the previous film. I don't give it. You tell me why I should give a shit about these 4 kids. Why should I give a flying fuck about them? Kevin Hart, oh, he's doing a wannabe Danny Glover impression. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather see the real Danny Glover. And then he turns back to just regular goofy Kevin Hart. Talking about balls and pulling boom boxes out of his backpack. The Rock, oh great, he talks like Danny DeVito, which just looks embarrassing to me. It sounds embarrassing. Ridiculous, silly, goofball horse shit. Jack Black, he's either talking like he's black or talking like he's a girl. Give me a fucking break with this shit. The action scenes, everything's so goddamn CGI. It might as well be a fucking video game. To be fair, they're not as bad as a video game. Like, so no, I've seen movies with PS1 cutscene graphics. This isn't it. But maybe I'm just fucking tired of these goddamn $200 million movies where everything's goddamn CGI and no one can do practical. But I can go back in the day and find a film like Independence Day or even fucking Rambo 3, whatever the fuck. Like, do Jumanji was not a $200 million flick. If it was, maybe the CGI would be better. But it had actual practical effects in it as well. But you know what? Even if this did have practical effects, that doesn't save the movie. It could help it, it could improve it, but it wouldn't save it. To the end of the day, I didn't care about the story. What was the gist of the story? Spencer is a pussy. He put these people's lives in. Granted, he didn't tell them to come after him, but he could have written a note, he could have written a letter. He would fucking assume they would look for him. You could write, leave me the fuck alone, I want to stay here, blah blah blah, goodbye, loves and kisses. No. So now these people are in danger because you're a pussy, because you're insecure. It's, oh my god, I looked on Twitter and it looked like you were doing good. And you broke up with her, you fucking pussy. Like, the story fucking sucks in this movie. And these characters fucking suck. And then the actors you like, they're just avatars, or they're only in it for like 5 minutes at the beginning, or 10 minutes in the beginning, and that's it. And what drama is supposed to have with the characters? Spencer's being a pussy, and makes me hate that fucking character. Danny Glover and Danny DeVito, the idea is that they haven't seen each other for 15 years, because one of them retired, one didn't. There was friction there. But you know what? If it was actually Danny, the two Dannys, I would feel more of that friction. But when it's like, okay, it's The Rock trying to do a Danny DeVito accent and Kevin Hart doing a Danny Glover accent. Huh, that's funny, because he sounded like Danny Glover. You know what? I like Ace Ventura. You know what? I like Ace Ventura films or The Mask. And, you know, The Mask, Jim Carrey did a Clint Eastwood accent. You didn't do a Clint Eastwood accent for the entire fucking film. Or most of the fucking film. Because even in The Mask, he played an actual fucking character that I could care about. The Stanley Ipkiss character. And even Ace Ventura I did. My point is, doing a fucking accent don't do shit for me. Or you know what, maybe Kevin Hart's impersonation of Danny Glover is perhaps humorous for a minute or two. Not 20 or 40 or 50 minutes. If it is to you, good. So do I give a shit about the story, the journey they're on? No. Do I give a shit about the action scenes? They're all just blend in, one ear out the other. CGI baboons, CGI ostriches, CGI cliffs they're jumping over, CGI giant anaconda for 10 seconds, then we never see that thing again. Don't give a shit about the story. Don't give a shit about any of the drama of the characters. Again, the original Jumanji, I actually cared about the story. Holy shit. Not only did I care about the concept, which I thought was fun and interesting that we could relate to in our world, but this crazy, insane world is now encompassing our world and going in and out with, you know, oh my god, spiders are coming through the floorboards, and wow, now all the plants are going through the house, and oh my god. So we could relate to, what if this happened to us? Well, that brings more relatability to it, but more so of the story. I actually cared about Robin Williams' character. He actually had a fucking story that I gave a shit about and I felt sorry about. Not a fucking thing of that is in this movie or the previous film. But apparently, if I bring that up, I'm just nostalgic. I even said the effects of the CGI in the 1995. Was it 95? I said the CGI in that sucks, because it does suck. The monkeys. Yeah, the monkeys, the baboons in this look better than the monkeys in that film. You know what? But that film didn't have over $100 million budget, and it was from 1995. And the practical effects. But again, that's not even the reason why I hate the film. It's just, I don't give a shit about the story. I don't give a shit about the characters. And I didn't find it funny. Found it funny, good. I didn't. And you know what? Sometimes story and comedy, in a comedy, should be the two most important things, and to build on both. The comedy is, oh, Kevin Hart for 5 minutes talks about, I have balls, or pulls out a fucking boombox out of his backpack, or 30 minutes of these two characters going, we're in a game? We're in a game? I think we're in a game. Wait, is this a doctor here? I mean, I think he gave me some drugs, and this is funky. You know, I think I recognize that person from my... On and on, repeated jokes, them not getting that they're in a game. Hey, Jack Black is sounding black. And then he sounded like a girl. Ain't that funny? That's funny, right? Oh my god, The Rock is talking like Danny DeVito. Ain't that funny? That's automatically funny, right? That's automatically funny, right? I guess it is. Because all the critics loved it. High praises IMDb. Over $800 million. I'm the lone man out. Oh, fucking well. Oh, well. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the bungle. Welcome to my asshole. The next level. The next shovel. Because I've been shoveling shit for fucking 32 minutes talking about this bullshit. Man, I showed enough of this shit into the fucking furnace. I think I better end it here. Whew. Man, it's smoking. All this bullshit I shoveled. The next fucking shovel. The next level. The next whores. The next whatever. The next butt fuck for all I know. You know, I'd rather wait the next butt fuck. Because it'd be more suspense of a story than whatever the fuck story was in this. That'd be a fucking story to tell. Man, I got butt fucked. What's the next butt fuck? Wow, that's a more crazy story to tell than the story in this fucking movie, which there's nothing. If I put a fucking thimble on the screen, the story wouldn't fit in that. That's how little story there is. Well, who gives a shit about story? It's okay. How about the comedy? I can't think of much shit I laughed at in this. You can go ahead and list the stuff you laughed at. Again, the horse was the best part of this fucking film. Only because I like horses. I sound like that kid on the fucking YouTube. I like turtles. I like horses. Might as well have the horse be the main fucking character. Anyway, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. Fuck this movie. Later.